This is Dami, you're with Jim and Liz, we cross the street.
Life's so hard, but the yatter always soft. Mine cold as a mug, bold like the lettuce I prefer from my front. North side stump, tell my heart pump blood. Never be a punk. Life's so hard, but the yatter always
Here we go. What is good? How are you, my friend?
How you doing, Jimbo?
I am doing good. I'm here today with Dami. We met out today here in Southeast Portland at Bloomington Park, deep in Southeast. You're new to the area out here, you said?
Like a couple weeks so far. Just out here for a minute. I'm trying to get back to my stomping grounds in North Portland, where I grew up, and just where I feel more comfortable at. Like this area, I'm just, it's new. It's nice.
We were commenting on the housing crisis here in town.
Yeah.
Makes it to where you can't generally live where you want to live. I would love to live in the north as well.
Yeah,
so
that's where it's at.
You just dropped a few new projects here recently.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a little background on some of those that we can...
This year was my first year back to doing music. It was 11 years since I did my last project, and I took a break because I had children. I had 3 children, and I had to focus on being a father, doing the family thing, but music was something I wanted to do still, little by little, writing throughout the years. And I had some stuff that I went through, some legal issues and some sad stuff. So I thought, hey, get back to this music stuff and start creating, which I did. And this last year, I got back into doing music. I did a solo project in the beginning of the year. It was my EP called The Fuliano, and that was just me, just getting back to doing it, going to Zebulon Dex over there.
Zeb, yay.
Recorded that project real quick, and then I met one of my young homies from the Ville. His name is No Life Luis, one of my friend's nephew. He connected me with him. He was, one day we're at home just like chilling. They're having like a barbecue, and they're like, you gotta check this young cat out. And No Life Luis came down, showed me a couple of his records, and I was like, you know what, this kid has talent. So I definitely had to get in there with him, and me and him, we, through the month of last September through I'd say November, me and him recorded over 30-something songs.
Wow.
And then we put out our EP after I released my first one back, and we kept it real short, but it was really, we picked the top 7 songs for that one. But me and that kid been working. But another person that I connected with in the city was Peso LL, my good friend. He's a heavy hitter out here in the town, one of the Latino artists, and he's from the north too. That's my good homie from the north I grew up with. That's his little brother, so he connected me with him. He was like, you got to get back to doing music, Dami, and you got to check my bro out. So I went and checked out Peso LL, and man,
you guys got a bunch of videos y'all put together?
Yeah. We got a few more coming out too, man. That's my bro. Me and him, I took it serious with him because I seen he was really, really making a buzz out here. And back in the day when I was doing music, I was really doing my thing too. So I was like, it's only right to get back in it and go hard. So when I got at him and I said, hey bro, we were gonna do a song, because he grew up listening to me too, because his brother had my CDs, so they would always play it for him. So he always told me he was inspired.
How much older are you than him?
14 years or so.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a big age difference. So, and that's one thing that inspired me. He said that he grew up listening to me, so I was like, let's put this album together. So we really went in, and at first it was just gonna record a couple tracks, but I was like, bro, we need to put this as an album. And I'm glad we did, because it came out good. For the project, we had a couple verses from a couple artists out here. I wanted to make it really good, so I had a song I did with Wavy Water, R.I.P. Wavy Water. He was from out here really doing it. And we had the Mexican Mac, R.I.P. Lucci Vega. That was a good friend of mine. And it's really sad what happened to the bro, but we got a chance to have him in the studio. It was something that Peso really wanted to make happen. He was like, you know what, I really, really the Mexican Mac's music. I grew up listening to him. We got to have him on the project, and it was nothing. And that's one thing that Lucci Vega was really cool about. He just showed love to everybody. Everybody's movement out here, and he, just one phone call, Lucci was there, and you know, it was really sad what happened to him. You know, it's still something that I feel like a lot of us are still mourning. You know, it's
you can include me into that sentiment. The days prior or passing, after he passed, the messages that people were sharing and the photographs was powerful to see how many people he really did check in with daily.
All the time.
To see how they were doing. So, yeah, R.I.P. to the Mexican Mac.
You know, and I actually got a single coming out here really soon, with, produced by my good friend Richard P., one of my old producers, and me and him got a project coming out.
Love your beat selection. I was commenting on the way here. You may do all your beat selection yourself, right?
I've been picking them out, and like I said, like my old album, No Time to Waste, that was my first album I dropped in 2009. That was the album I did with Richard P. from out here. We started it back like in 2006.
Okay.
And we worked on it. You know, I met another producer, Tyrant, that helped me mix and master the album. We put that out. And then, you know, the second album I did, I actually brought you a gift for you guys. Okay. And this right here is...
He beat me to the punch. He beat me to the punch.
Yeah, no, seriously, I had to... I brought you guys a few. This right here is The Grind. This one is like one of my... me and my homeboy, Tone G, good friend of mine I grew up with. Me and him, you know, we're like family. But this album right here was really meant something special to me. It's like an album that I wanted to show that I was an artist, you know, because I was doing music and we were doing shows. And before we did this album, we dropped this in 2011, you know, we had a couple artists like The Jacka, Chingo Bling, Messy Marv, Burner, and Matt Black, and
those are great.
Seriously, like
those are great. Thank you so much, man.
That right there, like, is one of the. I think I'm the first person from Portland that did a song with Burner, and that's one thing that I was trying to take myself serious as an artist out here. Was like, I wanted to show people that I could, like, you know, work with other artists, and I used to go to a lot of shows back then, and that was one thing that I was inspired. One of my favorite rappers is The Jacka. Rest in peace. I really loved the Jack's music. He had a message behind his music. He really inspired me, like, to like better myself. And like, one thing, I met him in like 2006 or 5, and just always going to the shows and just showing my face. And after a while, you know, they see you and they're like, okay, you're Dami.
You have accomplished something recently, too, that I'm very, very envious of. Growing up in Portland and being a big fan of the scene here, I saw that you recently completed a song with Maniac Loke.
Oh, man, yes, me and Maniac Loke. Yeah, no.
Bro, he's like my favorite town rapper by far.
Seriously, he's one of the ones like that Stay Down video, too. We were just talking about that old school. He had it in 1995 over there shooting out an MLK, like, classic. No, that was amazing. That was overdue. That was like back in the day we were doing music, not music, but doing shows a lot. And Coolness was putting us on a lot of those shows. We did a couple pull hops back in the day.
Woo.
Those were fun. And I'm like,
what years did you get to do those?
Like from like 2008 to 2010.
Wow.
Yeah, 2011.
Legendary moments to be a part of. You should feel blessed about
those. Those are really, and I remember even like, what was it, Speaking of the Mines, I think, too. Those were special. I remember being in those buildings. There was the Ash Street Saloon. We did one there, and I remember, was it like 2009? Just everybody in the building, man. Like all the rappers that were doing something from back then were just all in one, like, you know. And that's another thing, too. I know you like the Portland hip hop so much. I brought you another gift because I know that you appreciate it. This was my first show that I did in over 11 years. I got to do a show. Peso LL was put on a show with Mike Capes this summer, with Northside Tego, Peso LL, the Royal, Mike Capes, and I was really happy to be a part of that because I know Mike Capes for many years too. He's good friends with my brother Damo from the North, the tattoo artist, and that's where I met him. And we've never done music.
One of the most thoughtful gifts I've ever had.
I know that you will cherish it. I told Peso that night when we were doing the show, I said, let's get some, because these were hanging all over the place. This was at the Fixin' 2 in St. John's. And I said, bro, nobody does that. No one cherishes stuff. And that's one thing that I cherish the Portland hip-hop scene. And really, that's for you, because I know you'll take care of that.
Oh, you're the best, man. It makes my gift feel terrible now.
I love movies.
I love the blow-up. Yeah. I love the blow-up recently. It's the holidays. There's been a huge argument whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I think it is.
No, my kids been wanting to go see that new, what is it, Violent Night? They might get me to go see that, but yeah, Die Hard, hell yeah. I do. I watch a lot of TV. One thing about me.
What are you watching? Have you watched? Are you doing the White Lotus thing? Have you watched that yet?
I haven't watched that. I need to watch that. My kids got me watching because I got my little one, Stormy and Sosa, right now. I got three kids, but I'm with my 2 older ones right now. Shout out to them. But they make me watch a lot of family stuff. Like I watched that Wednesday.
Oh yeah, my son and I have been watching that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I like more violent stuff, mob movies, stuff like that, like scary movies too. Like anything scary, I try to watch.
I think they added Casino to Netflix a couple weeks ago, and I've probably watched it like 3 times since they added it. So
my favorite movie is A Bronx Tale.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that just yes. Ever since I was a kid, I could watch that movie every day.
We got to take a moment to give a little time to shout out our monthly sponsor this month, Chocolate Dope. Shout out to Chocolate Dope.
Chocolate Dope, what's good?
Big ups to P Nice there, giving us representing chocolate. Liz got her Chocolate Dope hat on today. I got my jacket on today too. Also, have you submitted any of your music to Rappy Dooski and PDX Radio?
You know, that's amazing you say that because I was just peeping that out. The other day, I was watching a couple episodes crossing the street, and I was like, you know what? And I'm going to do it because I always do stuff like that just to get my name out there a little bit more. You know, I want to be back in the scene. I need to do some shows, so if anybody wants to get me on some shows, holler at me.
We'll add your Instagram link below for bookings. Is that the best way to get a hold of you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we'll add your Instagram link for bookings below. Otherwise, do submit your music to PDX Radio. Yeah. He loves to have that. It's prettydopesubmissions@gmail.com. There's a link in the description below. You submit your music to Rappy if you have your ducks in a row. Yeah. And he'll play your music for you.
Does it need to be clean or?
No, you can run it just the way it is. We heard enough of your music to know that ain't happening.
Yeah, I know. I try to. I've been keeping it clean. Like this project I'm working on. Like I got a couple projects coming out here really soon. Because me and Peso, we dropped the Bookies album in June. And that one right there, we worked hard on it. And I was really proud of that. I actually got to. Another dream of mine come true. For that project, we got to do a song with Cool Nuts. Ooh. And that was something in the making because we used to always go to all the shows back in the day. I definitely would show my face to, and I even helped Cool Nuts work the concessions, selling the CDs at a couple events for them. And we always talk. We did a couple of shows in Spokane with my homeboy Craziness, CJ. Shout out. I know you guys probably heard of Craziness through a couple episodes. You guys,
It was really nice when we bumped into you when we did the Addiction Uno episode.
Yeah, Addiction Uno. Shout out.
You were down there working that day too, right?
Yeah, we had Pricey in the studio. Shout out Pricey. That's hey man, like I done shows with him back in 2007, Tequila Olay with the homeboy DJ Mafia and Richard P. You
did a song with Mafia recently too.
Or DJ Mafia? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did a couple back in the day too. Like he's trying to get back in the scene. Do you guys know who DJ Mafia is?
I love DJ Mafia.
Yeah,
one of my favorite town DJs. He lets the music speak, my friend.
Yeah, he's been on a couple shows with us. He's traveled with us to Spokane. My homeboy Craziness was from Spokane, and he came out here and he helped us get our music right. Getting all the mixing and mastering, showing us how to really not half-ass anything. That's one thing that he taught me. If you're gonna do music, you gotta go all in. You can't be the person to record all your stuff, mix and master all your stuff, make all your beats, make your covers, make your videos. I give it up to people that try that, but you're gonna kind of make it look kind of weak in a way. It ain't gonna be. You can't be doing it all. You gotta really reach out to people to help you make it better in some certain parts. So that's one thing that I learned. I've spent so much money on mixing and mastering back in the day, but now it's getting better. There's a lot of people
are gonna be tired of hearing me say it, but it reminds me a lot of making movies. The reason there's 1,000 names in movie credits is because it takes 1,000 people to make a movie.
Yeah, you need that.
So you do have to have people that specialize in what they're good at, and if that's mixing, mastering, or beats, whatever it is.
And I get a lot of the homies that try to do everything, and they get mad at me because I tell them.
You're like, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, and one thing with me too, I'll record with anybody. like right now, I don't care. I just like making music. If you sound good, I'm down to do music with everybody out here. That's one thing I'm reaching out to, even a lot of the cats from the AMG, you know. Just did a song with, what's his name, Boston Spencer.
Oh, Boston Spencer, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a fan of the show. Shout out to Boston, yeah.
And another cat, too, from Gresham, Archie Trillfigure.
Okay, Archie, yeah.
Yeah, he's a real cool cat. I just did 2 tracks with him recently, and hopefully we can shoot a video with him. Like, he's another young Chicano out here. Another one that I got to do, well, he was in the studio. We haven't done that yet, but J Don from the East Side. Yeah, he's definitely, you got to peep him out. Him and his brother. His brother makes some G-Funk beats. They're the ones in the town that are really, really, like, anybody doing G-Funk out here?
We got to the Trunk Mob. We got a couple guys out there, Dirty Black and Rick Runick from the Trunk Mob. They're big G-Funk heads, so yeah, that'd be tight. All right.
Definitely, I want to. And it's some of these cats too. I'm trying to get behind them to get at you to do the show. A lot of the cats think too, like, nobody's got at me yet. You know, across the street, and it's not like that. It's one of those things I tell.
How did it work for you?
I reached out to you.
Thank you. We like to reward those that are, you know, self-advocating. We will interview anybody. We've interviewed, you know, restaurants all the way to pet groomers to, you know, the most gangster rappers in the world.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. I see you guys had Infamous Mo.
Infamous Mo, shout out to Mo, yeah. Yeah, that was a legendary day for me. Part of the
seriously, like I grew up listening to all of that, like all of the old school, like my homie, a good friend of mine, Andrevius, Young Dravy, another friend of mine that I've done music with him since we were young back in the day. You know, me and him were, you know, we always try to get him on my records. He's on that record too, but he don't really be rapping too much. But I know a lot of friends, a lot of people got friends that do music and that really are not rappers. He's one of the ones that you know, he's dope, and I always push him to rap. You know, I know a lot of people out here probably got that homie that just raps, but you gotta bug him to get on the mic. So he's one of the ones that definitely. And another friend of mine too, the one from the Grind album that I just gave you.
Okay.
My friend Tone G, that's a good friend of mine. I love him to death. He don't be rapping no more. You know, I'm trying to get him to come spit a verse on something. But he's really doing good too. He has his.
Good for you for pushing the, you know, getting these guys back to what you think they should be doing.
I'm trying to get him to, you know, come at least, you know, get back in the booth to give me a verse for a project, because, you know, a lot of cats out here, they say the album is legendary, something that I want to do. Like, if we could do a show, I want to do a show where we do that album like unplugged style. Stuff like that. Like, you know, we talk, and what's crazy about that album, I didn't do one music video for that album. And that album, we put a lot of money and time into that album. And it's one thing that I wish I would have did.
You remind me of someone that we could sit here and talk for about an hour about Portland hip hop. You have a great understanding of it. You've been impactful in the culture, as you can tell by, you know, the stories like with Peso, some 14 years later saying that he's listened to you.
Yeah.
We did run through about 18 minutes pretty quick, my friend. You want to give some special love, shout outs?
Yeah, man, I want to give a shout out to my brother Dominic. I want to get him on the show too. Everybody knows my brother Dominic. He's a tattoo artist from the North, Damo.
Let's make that happen.
I love you, and stay up, man, for real. And we're gonna get you on here. Another person, Peso LL and the Hustle Head. I love you guys. They're the ones that are doing it big out here. Just look out for them. We got to get Peso on here next. No Life Luis, my little bro. Definitely. He's somebody to look out for. He's young, only 18 years old, but Cat she got a new album coming out. So.
Well, if you guys want to come see us, you can come check us out. We'll be Friday. We're going to be at the Flight Lounge, this Friday at the Flight Lounge for Rappy Dooskie's birthday party.
Definitely.
So come smoke big with us there at the Flight Lounge. Flyer for that is located right next to my man's right here with all the event details on it. Until that, my friend.
Can I get one more shout out?
Yeah, fire away.
Jimmy G, Chicano Time. You know, I love you, and everybody look out for, you know, Jimmy G, man. He's coming, trying to get that nonprofit to, you know, get a center for the kids to do, you know, make videos and, you know, recording studios. So definitely shout out to my boy.
Let me know, Jimmy. Yeah, tap in with me, Jimmy.
Yep.
Let's go. Well, thank you so much for your time, my friend. Let's bring it in here for a little. Let's go across the street on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Cross the street. Yeah.